I cannot go the year without hearing the Sassy Elliott.
Let me guess.
Let me guess.
Do you have it? I mean, could you just fire it up now?
Yeah, I mean, I could.
Yeah.
Hold on. Here, 1 second.
Yeah, I know Elliot likes it.
Do we have a
so
remix
much.
coming or something?
Yeah.
There we go.
Sassy Eliot.
Hey,
Sassy Eliot.
girl. There we go.
It does get stuck in my head. Like after I do it, I'll be walking around the house saying it. Yeah.
Hey, Elliot.
What up?
How you doing, brother?
Doing good. Excited for, I guess, a new year, New Year's Eve.
Oh, yeah. Now.
Do you have any New Year's resolutions?
I do.
What is it?
I want to do.
He doesn't want to share.
No. Well, I said it last night on the Milotta show. I want to do 100 straight push-ups. That's my New Year's resolution. I want to be able to do 100 straight push-ups.
What type of resolution is that?
It's a hard one.
To do 100 push-ups?
Straight.
100 straight's
no
pretty hard,
like
isn't
no stopping. 100 straight.
Yeah.
But again, you're a former professional athlete.
A long time ago.
You think you could do 100 right now?
No.
Jack, I'm sure you couldn't. Actually.
No shot.
Yeah.
100? No, I couldn't.
Like 20, hopefully.
I could.
Yeah.
I think I could get to 60.
That was a
But
time.
that's
Straight, you think?
Yeah, I
Wow.
mean, I've been off, I think, for the last couple of weeks because of my back, but I know I could do 50 and I could probably get to 60.
But you
Dude, we
used to
still
do-
haven't seen the 200.
Wait, hold up.
Yeah.
You guys are lying.
Whoa.
Because, well,
Have we seen
So
250?
now we're liars.
we were at McGurk's and some guy's like, give me 50 right now. And I went down and I did it for him
That's
right before the show
50.
started.
Mm.
Well, yeah,
did?
but yes.
I
Yeah.
do remember that. I
Yeah.
remember.
Okay.
How long do you have between the 50 again?
Well, I can do it if I need to, I can do it every 12 minutes or so.
All right, that's
Yeah.
pretty legit.
Yeah.
So 100 straight. That's the goal.
100 straight.
12 minutes?
In between sets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought you were talking. It
How
was like an
about
hour.
3 minutes?
Well, I can't. I
5
promise.
minutes? How about getting a real burn going in
Oh,
there?
That's right.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
that's what Yoshi had me doing. Yoshi had me doing like to failure over and over and
Exactly,
over
yes.
again. And that's probably
Yeah.
why everything
Yeah,
started
working out
hurting.
with Yoshi, I wouldn't advise that.
It is crazy how hard push-ups are, though. Like, I work out a lot. I do the boxing classes, and I just can't do push-ups. I'm just not good at them.
Does the bag move when you hit it?
Kind of. You can definitely tell
You say kind of.
my instructor is not worried when I
Does the
hit.
bag move more than that table did for Seltzer?
Yes, it moves more than that. It
but
would
that
be
doesn't take much.
hard not to. Yeah. The sound the other gloves make when they hit the bag's a little different, I would
It's a
say,
little
than the sound it makes when I hit it.
Pew.
To you, the thing that I feel that you feel about push-ups is stairs. Even when I was running marathons,
Oh, I'm good at stairs.
3 sets of like going up 3 flights of
Yeah.
stairs
I'm
would
out.
exhaust me.
Will you
Yeah.
do the Stairmaster machine thing?
I used to.
I'm a
Yeah.
beast at that.
Yeah, you're a
I got big
Stairmaster
thighs,
beast.
that's why.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Fake one.
You do
Big
the
thighs.
you do the
Yeah.
Stairmaster?
Big thighs. I used to. I don't anymore. But at an old gym I went to, I actually set the record. It was on the machine for a while.
A record for
Like most
amount of
stairs or whatever. Yeah.
What was the record?
I forget, but it was a
Okay.
lot. Yeah.
Wow.
So it said ESP up there if you ever had a gym in Exton.
Yeah, I mean, what's the membership look like over there? Is it 65
It was
and
a
older
lot of
club?
people. Yeah, it was a bit older. But
Wow.
you know, yeah.
Poor Elliot just getting crushed.
Yeah.
here.
Stairmaster Elliot.
Get ready
Well, we
when I'm
haven't
doing
seen him in
100
2
push-ups
weeks,
in
yeah.
here. Yeah, exactly.
Do you have a deadline on it, or just has to
I
be
guess
in
December
2026?
31st.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So you're giving yourself.
Although my
the year.
Lotta, Jordan said I should do it by his birthday, which is March 31st. So
yes.
maybe I'll try to set that.
Yeah.
Well, I think we got a bid idea for December 30th.
Can I do it
of
next year?
2026.
Watching me try to do 100 push-ups.
Yes.
100
Yeah.
push-ups, 3 o'clock Tuesday.
Yes,
Be
1
there.
year from now.
Yeah.
1 year from now. So Elliot, I think you're on the same page as us. You would play the starters on Sunday, right?
Well, I would play to win, and if that requires playing the starters, I would. I think they can win with the backups, to be clear. But yes, I think they need the 2 seed. I think that the 2 seed is a major advantage to them. I came out of this Bills game more discouraged about the offense than I thought I would. And so while I still think they should be viewed as a favorite in the NFC, the 2 seed and the Packers is just such a nice path for them. If you fall to the 3, the Rams, now the Rams aren't playing well, so that is one thing to consider, but I would
The Rams aren't playing well.
yeah, and they're 2-3 in their last 5.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
back
was
to
just
this
making sure
one.
we got that out
What
there.
are
That's
the
all.
Eagles in their last 5?
2 and 3. Or
Would it be
3-2.
Would it be 3-2?
Yeah.
Okay, 3-2.
Yeah, but they've beaten the Bills in their last 5. Now, it wasn't a great win, but they did beat them.
Okay.
I mean, Rams' offense not looking so good, but we don't have to get into that. Yeah, I would risk health to get the 2 seed. Because I think there's a good chance it happens. Like, if you look at the Lions and the
Lions
Bears,
could beat the Bears.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
the Bears, this is the tough thing with Sunday, too. The Bears play a lot of close games. If you look at their games this year, 10 have been one-score games. And then if you look at their losses, I think 2 of them were within 1 score. So, like, there's a good chance that come the third quarter on Sunday, the Bears game will either be close or they'll be losing.
Yes.
So I think that, I mean, the Lions beat them by 30 points earlier this year. I know that was week 2, but still.
Oh, man, we're a long way away from
I know
there.
they were, but I'm just saying, I mean, the Lions, like, this is what their specialty is. They've done this exact thing before, like 2 years ago.
Yeah, they did to the Packers.
Yeah.
Final game of the season.
And I think if we did end up with the 3 seed and we ended up with a chance for the 2 seed, if the Lions ended up winning that game and we didn't because we played backups, and we're in the NFC Championship game against anything other than the 1 seed, and we're traveling to it,
It'd be tough.
You know, to know that we had the opportunity to get it. And the other thing that clicked for me, and it was, I thought about it last night. I already thought they should play him, but I saw McVay's quote last night, and they asked him, "Are you guys going to play next Sunday?" He's like, "Yes, we have things to work on. We're not playing good football."
See, I actually hate that logic.
Well, see, but I think the
Because
Eagles.
what the Eagles did in 23, and it cost them AJ. Like, I'm not under some illusion
Well,
that
the
on
Eagles
Sunday.
were a disaster in 23.
Yeah.
The Rams are not
Agreed,
a disaster.
but he is saying they are playing because they have things to work on. That is the logic the Eagles used. I agree the Rams this year are better than the 23 Eagles were. But the only reason I'm putting the players out there is because of the seeding. Like, I don't think they're going to, something's going to click on Sunday or they're going to play with, like, the reps mean nothing to me on Sunday. It's just about getting the win.
Well, that's what it is, yeah.
Well, that's what I mean, but McVay is saying he's playing to improve the team.
I think the reps for the Eagles are important.
I don't.
Actually.
I think they are who they are at this point.
Well, it's 2 different circumstances. McVay doesn't have a seed to play for, so
That's what I'm saying.
his logic in playing is he wants the team to.
And we'll see if they really do. Right? I mean, I know he's saying they will, but I think
they'll play.
I think I'll play. Yeah,
at
will
least
they
half.
finish the game? Honestly, that's what I think the Eagles are going to do.
Oh, you think they're going to start everyone?
I don't know if they start everyone, but I think they start a good number of their guys. And because here's the thing, Washington is playing Josh Johnson, right? Or is Mariota
Yeah, well, it's
back?
called a long shot that he'll play. Mariota.
For Mariota,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So, they probably feel they can go beat Washington with their third string quarterback. But you want to make sure that happens. In other words, you don't put a game of full backups out there and say, go beat Washington. Washington took Dallas to the wire last week.
Well, here's
that was with Dak Prescott out there.
I think that when we think of playing the starters, and I understand why, like we think Jalen, AJ, Saquon.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, is there logic to just playing the defensive starters? Hold the Washington to like 7 points and just count that the backups can get over 10?
Yeah.
I mean, let's be real. Like the Eagles'
There's
offense.
logic to that, yeah.
So maybe you can sit Saquon, sit AJ, sit Devontae. You play the guys on defense. They're younger.
Tanner's quarterbacking?
Tanner's quarterbacking.
I guarantee them receivers are playing.
Well,
here's another. Go ahead.
Can I bring up one thing, though, here? The strength of the 2025 Eagles is what?
The defense.
Right. So we're putting...
that's the counter.
Yeah,
that's the counter.
Yeah.
So we're putting the first string defense out there.
The best unit of the team.
Yes, I mean...
I agree.
Yeah.
That's the counter. I'm just saying if you play the defensive guys, and I always think on defense it's a little easier to you can play some of the defensive linemen. Like I think if you put Campbell and Trotter out there, that'll be you can still
throw BG out there. Let BG get
well,
out there.
Well, that was what I was wondering. BG, if you put him out there,
that'd be so funny.
I just think they're getting too cute. We'll win the football game. This is the whole thing about that. Well, we don't really need the 2 seed. We can win with our backups. To me, there's more that can go wrong doing that than just playing your football players.
Well, I think you're all right. So now I think we're starting to part ways a little bit. Like there is true value in going into the playoff rested and healthy. Yes. I mean, there is. Like there absolutely is.
How much did that help Detroit last year?
It didn't help them, but I mean and that's one example. But
there's also true value to having.
But in 23, the Eagles played their starters and lost AJ, and that's probably not the main reason.
Back to that season. That season was a disaster.
But it's an exact example of the risk of playing.
And
somebody.
it was MetLife turf.
I'm just saying it was the exact example of what could happen. Like we can all say play for the 2 seed, and it's what I would do. Mm-hmm. But if Jalen gets hurt, if I don't know Jalen Carter gets hurt, like that's a major hit.
Let me ask you something. Why'd they play against the Bills?
I don't know. Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, you keep the hope alive at that point. I get the 2 games. Like, you could
keep the hope alive for what?
Again, you could for the 2 seed.
Well, right.
No, I know.
It's right in front
I am
of
saying
them.
I'll play, but I think you're diminishing a little bit the risk. Is all I'm saying. Like, I think you're completely dismissing what a healthy roster. Like, you are risking something by doing it. There is a major risk involved in this.
There is risk it is risk reward with you're risking driving to work every day.
Yeah,
I think that's a bad example though.
It's not.
It's the truth.
No, I know.
People die on the street every day.
Right, I get it, but that's not. It's not truly apples to apples. Like I know what you're doing, but like what I'm saying, when you decide to play them in the game, it is a major risk. Like it is flat
out.
It's
not a major risk.
It absolutely is. Every time they take the field, it is a major risk they could get hurt.
But then that goes back to Spike's point about why play the Bills game.
Well, again, we could have had that discussion.
You can tear an ACL at practice. You can pop an
because
Achilles
there's certain
at
things
practice.
you do have to do. Like I get your point, right? No, but you don't have to go for the 2 seed. Is the point I'm making?
There it is. We agreed long enough.
Well, because I think you're diminishing the risk here. Like I'm willing to accept the risk for it, but there is a risk.
Well, there's risk in everything.
I know, but we're not talking about everything. We're talking about the risk in the football game. And if you put the starters out there and someone gets hurt, that is a major blow to their postseason. Like I would try to do it because I do think the 2 is worth it, but it is a risk.
Of course, there's risk every game they play, just like there was risk against the Bills.
Right.
Why'd you play against the Bills?
Well, then why play them all season? No.
No.
Well, but if you're going to do the car analogy.
No. Against the Bills, they had nothing to gain but the 2 seed. Nothing.
They have the same thing this week.
Yes, and against
you
the
would
Bills,
play them this week.
A cold, rainy field.
Yep.
You decided to put all the starters out there just for the 2 seed.
Yes, and
so to not go and finish it is crazy. There was more risk against the Bills to get hurt. On a sloppy field.
Well, I mean, you know how I feel about that.
And going against a team that's actually playing. I would say there's more risk.
Agreed. And again, I would play the starters. I'm just saying, I think you are minimizing the risk a little bit here. Like you're just there is true risk here.
Well, no.
Honestly, I would almost. Well,
go ahead.
I would almost not play Tanner McKee and just play Sam Howell. Like if they're
I gotta go watch Sam Howell.
If they're gonna go with the backups, then just play Sam Howell.
They should do,
Sam Howell is still better than Josh Johnson.
They should just forfeit the game.
No, I think they should go for the 2 seed. But I'm saying if they are going to play the backups on Sunday, Tanner McKee is a critical player on this team heading into the postseason. He is the backup quarterback. He is. So if you're acknowledging you don't want to risk critical players, Tanner McKee is a critical player.
Let me tell you.
I would sign a kicker and not kick Jake Elliott. If that's what they're going to do. But if they're playing...
Sassy Elliott.
See, there you go. You went too far with the sign of the kicker.
Well, I'm saying it's one or the other.
He needs to work.
No, he needs to be healthy.
Jake Elliott?
You think one game of kicking is going to make a big difference to him?
Yes.
I don't. As someone that's won the field goal competition twice, I don't think it's
fair point by you. Fair
exactly,
point.
Yes. Right. Now, to be fair, you know special teams too a little bit. I was going to say, yeah. My biggest concern is not the first round opponent; it's avoiding going to Chicago. I think going to Chicago is the one game they could lose. Outside of that, I think they would win all the other games. But going to Chicago, I think is the toughest matchup for this team.
Well, Chicago's first game, hold on, Chuck. Chicago's first game would probably be, if they're the 2 seed, it's Green Bay.
It'd be Green Bay, right.
So
it's a mess right now.
So
now it's
right.
divisional.
Well, he's right, and that'll be the 3rd time they've played.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if anybody got a chance to go in there and beat Chicago,
but I think
it would be Green Bay.
For the Eagles, avoiding the trip to Chicago, there's 2 main issues with that game specifically. Mm-hmm. One, this team clearly struggles with pre-snap communication and noise. Every week we do the shows, right? They bring it up all the time.
Yep.
It'll be loud in Chicago, right? It's a rabid fan base, all those things. 2, this offense can't function in the cold. There's been enough cold games this year where they have been unable to function. So
that's fair.
I would rather go to San Francisco. I would rather go to Seattle. I mean, they won't go to Carolina, but I'd rather go there. Avoiding going to Chicago is why I would play the starters. It's not so much about the first round matchup. It's about not having to go to Chicago.
Well,
you just made an error.
Yep.
Hang on, Chuck.
No, he called it when I called it.
Okay.
I'm curious to hear what the slip-up was.
You called it when I called it.
No, I know. I'm curious to hear what it was.
Oh, you're the dead meat.
All right. Well, I'm excited. I would be surprised. But.
So didn't you tell me that one of the reasons that certain coaches aren't good is because their teams do not play well in the cold?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Interesting.
And
well, you think you got me, but you didn't. So I'm excited.
I did.
No, you didn't. But I'll let you kill more time here.
I
Go
did.
ahead.
And we also think that that Nick Sirianni and Jalen Hurts are the quarterback and head coach of this football team
sure.
that you said are one of the 10 best of all time.
Maybe.
But they can't even play in the cold.
Well, hold on. What I've said was, The offense can't function in the cold. Nick Sirianni's team is 3-0 in the cold. They can win in the cold.
It was cold in that Bears game they lost.
You don't want to play in the cold.
Because of the offense in Jalen. That's what I'm saying.
Team.
But the point we were making when we did this debate was Kyle Shanahan's teams can't do it. Nick Sirianni's teams can go to the cold and win.
Vic Fangio's team, then.
You don't want to go to the cold.
Yes, because the offense can't function in the cold.
So then give Vic Fangio credit.
Vic Fangio can have credit, but the team is tough because of Nick Sirianni. They win in the cold because of...
No.
You just said you didn't want to go to the cold.
Because the offense... They absolutely are tough because of Nick Sirianni. They were tough before Vic Fangio got here.
Vic Fangio, he's really changed the culture here.
Nick sets the culture for the team.
No, he doesn't.
Yes, he absolutely does. He absolutely does. Have you been around Vic Fangio? Vic Fangio's not a culture setter. He's a great coach. He's not.
They were a soft-ass defense in 23, and everything changed when Vic Fangio got here, and he actually had the stones.
They were a tough team in 22. How tough were Vic's teams in Denver? How tough were the Miami Dolphins?
Vic Fangio had the cojones and the clout to be able to go to the front office and say, we need tougher practices and longer practices. Was that Nick Sirianni or not?
I'm not saying...
It was not.
No,
it was Vic Fangio.
No, they are tough. First of all,
Nick's along for the
I
ride.
was at the practices. They're not that much longer or tougher than they were. I don't care what people say.
Every single player says they're
It's
tougher
a talking
and longer.
point because they get asked the right questions.
because you don't want to give Vic Fangio
practices
credit.
are 10 minutes longer than they used to be. Let's not act like they're out there 2-a-days.
Now you're pulling out the whole I'm at practice.
I am. I'm just saying. You can come. You have a credential.
I have no interest in going.
I know you don't.
Baseball season.
Because Jalen sets records in training camp. But regardless.
You said he sucked in training camp
and I've been
this year.
proven right again. The offense is not good. Another good year for the training camp stats, by the way.
All right, so real clear.
But will you admit that you didn't get me?
No, I did.
Because Nick Sirianni's teams win in the cold. Ike knows. Ike knows.
Look at Elliot. Turn his mic off.
Here we go with this again.
You just said you didn't want to go and play in the cold. If you are confident that they would win in the cold because Nick Sirianni's teams win in the cold, then you wouldn't mind going to play in the cold. It is as clear as day to anyone who heard you say it. You don't want to play in the cold because you think they will have a less chance of winning, obviously.
Yes, because the offense struggles in the cold, but not because of a toughness thing.
Well, why do they struggle in the cold, Elliot?
Because I don't think Jalen's good in the cold.
Why? Because he's not tough?
I don't think he has a strong arm.
Because he's not tough?
No, I think he is tough for sure, but I don't think he plays well in the cold. The point I'm making with the Kyle Shanahan thing is, and I think it was Mike McDaniels too, like their teams are not tough to me. Those teams don't go and win in the cold. Nick's teams win in the cold.
Even though the 49ers won at Lambeau in the playoffs.
It was one example.
In the cold. Yeah. Okay.
I will say I've started to call Shanahan a big game coach after last. Like I'm willing to change my mind, just not on this one.
Coach of the year. Kyle Shanahan. Favorite.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
Yeah.
I mean, Nick should have won one over the past few years.
I agree. Nick should get more consideration than he gets.
I think he should be in the discussion this year.
No, he shouldn't. The Twitter question is brought to you by Mark's Jewelers. If you're dreaming of another chip, make her feel like a world champion every day with a custom diamond ring from Mark's Jewelers. Online at marks-jewelers.com. Which would you do Sunday? Start the starters or sit the starters? 53% say start the starters. 47% say sit the starters.
That going down?
Yes, it is. We were at 63% the first hour.
If I got an honest moment.
Okay.
I think my mind is changing a little bit.
Oh, jeez.
Where were you? I didn't hear the open to the...
Well, I'm a playing guy, start to guys, yes.
Yeah.
There is something to... you know what it is? It's not that I don't believe the number 2 seed is important.
Yeah.
It's, do I believe they can win this game without playing the starters?
Oh, dangerous game.
That's
a dangerous game.
But they're playing Josh Johnson.
Yes. That's a dangerous game. Are you sitting starters on defense, too? What's more important, the 2 seed or Saquon's record?
Well, you know, it's an interesting... You know what?
Saquon's record.
Okay, fair enough.
You know it'll be interesting on Sunday? Devontae is 40 yards short of 1,000.
There's no doubt he's playing Sunday.
If I'm Saquon... and I got to watch Devontae go out there for 40 yards to get to 1,000 yards, and I missed out on the all-time rushing record last year.
Yeah.
Like, that is something to consider here. I know with 40 yards, it's not a ton, but unless Devontae's going to go out there with the backup offensive line and the backup quarterback, like...
Yeah.
That's fair, but they did give him $40 million this offseason.
No, I know, but it's not history.
So,
that's true.
Yeah.
So 30 past every hour today, we are playing great moments from 2025 that Jack has found. And since it's Tuesdays with Elliot, Jack found 2 Elliot-related moments from the year to celebrate. Jack, do you want to set up number 1 for us?
Of course. This was, late summer.
Okay.
This is actually back-to-back days. Okay. So this first one happened on Thursday, leading into the Eagles-Bengals preseason. Here's how a feisty Jalen Hurts argument turned.
Jalen was the starting quarterback all year. Jalen had to do more work to win his Super Bowl than Nick did.
That's fine, but not in the games. Not in the games. Not in the games. And the other thing I would say is if
that's not even completely
you
true,
put 100 Eagles fans on a lie detector test and you ask them which Super Bowl meant more to you, the one in 2018 or the one in 2025, they would tell you the one in 2018. Nick Foles'
But that's
Super
a completely
Bowl
different discussion.
No,
but
it should matter.
First of all, it's not 2018 and 2025. It's 2017 and
the Super Bowl in 2018.
I know, but it's the
you don't have to be a little bitch about
it. I'm not being, but like
you're being a little bitch about it.
I'm not. But there is a difference.
I was being a little bit of a bee about that.
Yeah. Jack, did it hurt you not bleeping that? Because
nah, it's fine.
Okay, that did get dumped that time, right?
Yeah.
That's the first time that was played on the air without getting dumped.
It got dumped? I didn't know that.
It did get dumped that day.
Who was back in the studio?
Had to be
Buzz, yeah.
It's funny because this past weekend, we were at a store and they had like Eagle stuff and it had 2 trophies and they said 2018 and 2025.
Oh, really?
And for a split second, I was going to text you a picture of it. And then I was like, I don't want him to call me a little bee again. So
now you did admit later that you were being a little
I was
bee.
being, it was unnecessary to point out. Like, I do think it is correct. We should say 2017 to 2024. But in that moment, it was being a little bit.
Okay, all right.
It's all right. I can admit it.
Okay, so that is moment one, a great moment. Now, this one happened the very next day.
The very next day at Chickies.
Okay.
I know what this was.
When we got this rant.
The traffic around the complex has gotten worse and worse over the last 3 years.
I don't get this whole traffic thing. Like, yes, there was a huge event with lots of people.
No.
There was traffic. I don't know what the.
It has gotten way worse.
I don't know how it would get worse. There's not been a huge, unless I'm unaware of a change in the road.
Well, wherever they're directing people now and closing, it has gotten. It is worse down there now than it used to be.
Yeah, I just think at big events there's traffic.
No. Yes, but also
everyone's like,
it is
busy.
worse.
Like, yeah, man, there's like 50,000 people down there. There's going to be traffic.
Well, Nate Bargatze was there last
and there have been 50,000
everywhere. I don't know where you think the traffic's going to go. Like,
there have been 50,000 people down there for 50 years.
And there's been traffic all the time.
And it hasn't been as bad as it is now.
2 minutes to get out
you
of the
do
Eagles
not
game
get there or leave when everyone else does.
I know what traffic is.
But you haven't experienced it. What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? Literally, every person who drives down there says it's worse than it used to be. Every person.
And there's always been traffic.
And it's worse.
I don't get how it's
worse.
When's the last time you sat in that traffic?
It is.
When's the last time you sat in that
Metallica
traffic?
a month and a half ago.
Yeah, and I was at Taylor Swift, which is a way bigger deal, and there was traffic there.
Calm a little bit.
Yeah, come on.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, do it. Go ahead.
I think that was the first time I got the belt. It was after those 2 days.
Yeah.
It was after those 2 days.
Definitely deserved
that. That was at 4:19, and the belt's at 4:30. Yeah. Right under the.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You guys decided to give it to him at the break.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't decide to give myself the belt.
There was no way he was not getting the belt that week.
I actually think I won that. Listening back objectively.
No, you didn't. You were arguing a different thing.
I don't want to do it again, but yeah.
I'm not doing it.
I mean, again, like the traffic tweets. It's out of control. The funniest thing is that Sunday was the Eagles open practice, and it did take longer to get to the stadium than normal.
So I want to ask you about an Eagles thing. After the game on Sunday, there was an interesting quote from Nick Sirianni when he was asked about. They were talking about the offense in the second half again, maybe not being as aggressive, or I forget what the question was. And Sirianni said this.
In the process of doing a better job, you were talking about how you had to get more involved. Does that happen in real time when the play is called by Kevin, or do you go back to him at the bench and say, "Hey, we could do this, we could do that"?
Yeah, it's hard in real time, Sal, because if there's a play called and then I say to myself, right there in that scenario, like then you're going to get low on the play clock. So it's got to be better communication from me. I just need to do a better job there in the second half. Like, again, everything that is on that field has my name on it, not nobody else. So it's tough in real time, Sal. It's got to be something that's done a little bit more by me in between series. You know, and that's always a challenge because you're managing the game. You're looking at different things. You're trying to make sure you're looking at things. But I have to do it. I've done that before, so I need to do a better job in that scenario.
So there are three things that are weird in there to me. Number one, it's my name on it, so I got to do something about it, which speaks a little more to like blame to me than anything else.
So I will say that is something he does say a lot. Like, I'm the head coach. It's on whatever the product is on the field is on me. He does say that.
All right.
Yeah, that part didn't catch my ear, but something else did.
Yeah. The second thing was, this is just funny. He's like, well, there's a lot going on. Well,
that's your job, man.
Yeah, it's the offense.
Yeah.
I could promise you're not telling Vic Fangio what to do in between series. So, your time to get over to Kevin Patullo and say, why don't we do this? But finally, like, the idea that we've been told over and over that Kevin Patullo calls the plays, and Nick is basically admitting that if I got to get over there and change the plays, I don't know, it was weird.
So the two takeaways from me would be, one, there's almost an implication like he doesn't like the plays that are being called.
Yes.
Like if he's saying, I need to be a better job of essentially monitoring it to see like what's being called, because obviously, they didn't play well in the second half, and he's saying he has to do a better job talking to Patullo before the plays. There is some implication there he doesn't like the plays that are being called. But my main takeaway from it is, and this is not just that answer, but the team as a whole, especially coming off Buffalo, is it is shocking to me how many times the excuses they give or the reasoning they give are detail-oriented things that they're supposed to be great at. Like, Nick's whole thing is tough detailed together, right? And we just discussed a tough thing. They're obviously a tough team. But detailed, it feels like Jordan talks about pre-snap communication. We're still talking. It's about to be the playoffs, about them getting to the line quicker, right? And now Nick's talking about like online sideline procedure in terms of like how they're handling things. I know they're not going to talk about specific on-field problems because they're not going to throw players under the bus. But one thing I think Nick has been elite at during his time here is the detailed things, right? Like, they're not often a sloppy team, and I think they are a very well coached team. But this year, it feels like so many of the problems are things that are within their own control. And one thing Nick says all the time is, we can control the things you can control. And it doesn't feel like this year they're doing a good job of that.
Yeah, from communication to details to just knowing, even the thing you brought up there, to be able to get to the line earlier.
Right, that seems so simple. Like, early on in the year, we did this with the Mailata thing, but I thought it was such a red flag that they are not able to get to the line quicker. Because that is such like a procedural thing, everyone on the same page, figuring out how to do it, and they're still talking about it.
Well, that means the plays are coming in late.
It has to be something.
The decision to go with what personnel and what play to call isn't being made fast enough. It's not being relayed to Jalen fast enough so that he can relay it in the huddle to everyone else.
Well, and yesterday, Nick said within an answer, he acknowledged how important it is for the quarterback to have time at the line to see what's going on, right? And no team in the league snaps the ball with less time left on the clock than the Eagles. So they're acknowledging it's important Jalen has time there, and it doesn't seem like they have found a solution to this problem.
So I want to distinguish the difference, and not that you're wrong in what you're saying.
But snapping it and...
snapping it late isn't bad, necessarily. Getting to the line late is what's bad.
Yes, I agree. There's a difference.
Yes, because you can get to the line with 15 seconds, give you a time to look over things, see everything.
Yeah.
And then you can take your time to snap the ball after you make checks. Now, when you're running out of the huddle, there's only 7 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, that's a difference.
That's the difference there. So, not that you were wrong. I was
wrong. It is different. Yeah.
I just want people to understand that it's really getting the play in and allowing them to get up there lined up so they can see everything.
Yeah. No, for sure. And so... the other thing is, I don't know if you guys played Patullo today or
no, we hadn't.
But he was talking about why the offense struggled in the second half, and he basically said we were bad on first down, so we were in a lot of seconds and third and long, which is true, right? And this is something we've talked about all the time. But I also think we've reached a point of the season where being bad on first down cannot be the end-all, be-all, or a death sentence to a drive. Like, just because you don't have a good first down, there are teams that in years past have had bad first downs, but shovel their way out of it and dig their way out of it and still keep the drive going. The Eagles are on a historic 3rd and out rate this year. So clearly, while I agree they've not been good on first down, you can't tell me they're like the worst first down offense ever. So I just think the continually saying the first down is killing them, while true, you have to be able to find a solution on 2nd and 3rd down.
Yeah, I totally agree.
I would also guess that they're also bad on 2nd down because the number of 3rd and longs.
Right.
Yeah, they average the longest, or at least they did prior to this week.
Yeah.
And that's sort of Eliot's point, is that it's not just first down. Like you keep saying first down. That shouldn't kill the drive because you only got 1 yard on first down.
They're not the worst first down offense ever.
And how the hell did we go from being a team that says, well, you know what? It may as well be 1st and 9, meaning that they're going to get that last yard regardless of what it is, because they're likely to go for it on 4th down. We can't push anymore. Yeah. That has thrown everything out of whack for us. And I said it then that damn play became a crutch for us.
Well, now they can't
now
do
they
it.
Can't, now they don't do it as well, so now we're all discombobulated.
Yeah.
I for a while, what I would usually say is, I don't know if Kevin Patullo is a good offensive coordinator or not, but I do know that there are things that are making it difficult for him to do his job, which I do think is true in that the offensive line playing the way that it is, Jalen's specific limitations do create issues if you can't run the ball early, all those things. But the longer it goes on, and the more that you hear about communication issues and detail issues and everybody being on the same page, that was another thing that Jordan said to us last week. He was like, well, now that we're all on the same page. And I'm just like, man, it is week 17 when he said that. Now it's week 18. Maybe he's not good at it.
Well, what I'm thinking, to keep going down this road, like, I think when we talk about Patullo as a coordinator, we talk about the scheme, like as if he's only judged by if guys are open. And I get why,
right?
But I do
that's
think
not always fair.
Yeah. Well, what I was going to say is I do think this year guys have been open, and that's why I've been more critical of Jalen. Last week against Buffalo, I don't think guys were open, right? But what we're talking about sounds like an offense that has a first-year coordinator.
Yes.
Right. Like things about like when they're getting to the line, pre-snap. Like we haven't brought up anything schematic. Right? We're talking about like things within their control. So I think that when we talk about Patullo with the scheme, I think they're fine. Like I think mostly they have a scheme that works. If they play well, they can move the ball. But they are kind of a sloppy team, and that's on Nick first and foremost, right? But if Patullo is the coordinator of the offense, they don't often play like a coordinated offense pre-snap. Like they're uncoordinated.
And you just said something that is hitting the nail on the head. He's a first-time coordinator. And listen, we're at a point in the season where people aren't necessarily giving you grace for not having this thing figured out. And I'm not sitting here trying to make excuses for Kevin Patullo, but he is a first-time play caller and a coordinator. So it's almost like if you got a rookie in there as a quarterback, you're going to expect some ups and downs from the rookie. He's going to show you some good things, and while you like him, and then it's going to be those rough moments where you got to sort of coach him through it. And I'm wondering, as Kevin Patullo is going through his first season as a play caller, is the staff experienced enough that when you come together collectively, are they finding the answers so that he can sort of fight his way out of this thing, as opposed to being left to try to do it himself? And I know Nick said he's going to get more involved, but I'm like, okay, you guys have about the same amount of experience, and Nick, you weren't necessarily the best play caller when you were doing it. So that's the one thing with Kellen Moore, who had been a play caller in the past. When he sees something's not working, he has the ability to pivot and go to something else and figure it out. He has the answers to what's not working.
Well, and I also wonder if the answers they need are not like, less hitch routes. If the answers they need are someone with experience that can say, my players cannot do this pre-snap. Like, it's not working. So here's another solution to get to the same thing that is maybe simpler or whatever, like something like that.
Yeah.
And so the ironic thing about all this is it's actually the argument to bring Patullo back next year because he will have a full year of experience.
That's the argument I was leaning towards.
Exactly, right. Like, I think you're seeing some inexperienced things with this offense, and I think that is on Patullo as an inexperienced coordinator.
And working with, and Spike just said this, and working with Jalen. It's not like you're working with some 10-year, 12-year vet that is sort of been in a system, a pocket quarterback, plays under center. When you're eliminating certain facets of the offense because he's not necessarily comfortable with doing everything, now you have to work around. And that's where Kellen Moore was able to adjust when they had the bye week thing, right? And now Kellen Moore's like, hold on, I'm a damn passing guru, and now I got to turn into a running guru.
Yeah.
They were able to do it. He was able to do it.
Well, and the other thing, as far as a coaching thing that we haven't talked about in a while, but is still, I think, important to mention, is the penalties thing. Like the two teams that have the fewest penalties in the NFL per game are the 49ers and the Rams.
It's on the Daily Pod tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. And I think the Patriots are 8th. In terms of fewest penalties per game, Patriots, I'm sorry, and Seattle and the Patriots are tied for 8th.
If you look at the most penalized teams, they're all the bad teams.
Except for Denver.
Denver and the Eagles.
Yeah.
And Denver, a young quarterback there.
Yes. New Year, Elliot.
Happy New Year to you guys as well. Great year of the show, by the way.
Thank you. Yeah. And your contributions, obviously, very small.
The best part.
But
exactly.
No.
Yeah.
He's the reigning insider of the year.
Yes. I did see all your mentions were like the traffic moment, So.
Okay. Yeah. Well, there you go. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Big part of the show. And make it your New Year's resolution to subscribe to Go Birds. You can do it on any podcast platform. Is there ESPN tomorrow? No, not New Year's Eve.
Not New Year's Eve.
Okay. All right.
Crazy here. Yeah, I got to have a fun time.
All right.